Hi, this is a video about my 1975 Porsche 914 that I converted to electric. Here it is, plugged in and charging up. This is a 240 volt cord that plugs into this outlet in the very front. Just a regular little outlet. Let me show you what's inside the front hood. Here in the front we have 9 batteries. There are 3 batteries here and 6 batteries there. These are 8 volt golf cart batteries. They're designed for deep discharge and long life. We use the golf cart batteries because their application is very similar to an electric vehicle. However, we use a lot more of them than you use a typical golf cart. This is the battery charger, and it takes the AC input from the wall outlet and converts it to DC output to charge the batteries. This is a smart charger. It's designed to vary the current and voltage that it's putting into the batteries to extend their lifetime and to get the maximum capacity out of the batteries. Also in the front compartment, we have this DC to DC converter. This takes 144 volts from the battery system, converts it to 12 volts to charge this auxiliary battery that runs the rest of the 12 volt system of the car, including the lights, the electronics on the dashboard, brake lights, turn signals, and so on. Also on these battery boxes you can see there are these fans. These fans take the hydrogen gas out as it vents off the batteries during charging and expels it outside the car so that you don't have a buildup of explosive hydrogen gas. Let's take a look underneath the car. This is the electric motor. This is the AC24 motor from Azure Dynamics. It occupies approximately the same space as the original gas engine did. It mounts using the original 914 mounting bar and through this large mounting ring to the original transmission and clutch. This allows you to match the optimal speed of the engine to the speed of the car and allows you also to achieve much greater efficiency. Farther back underneath the car, we can see the cabling that runs from the batteries to the controller and from the controller to the motor. These are the positive and negative cables from the batteries. This is the much larger AC cable that runs from the controller to the motor. We'll get a closer look at that cable as we look in the rear compartment of the car. Here in the back we have the main controller. This takes the 144 volt direct current input from the battery pack and converts it to 3-phase AC output through this very thick cable here. This is a smart controller. It's designed to be able to control various parameters of the motors to get the maximum power and efficiency out of the engine. It also has a computer interface so that you can plug in a computer and analyze various parameters that the controller is monitoring and then tune those parameters either for maximum range or maximum performance. This is a very powerful unit, and it comes from Azure Dynamics, as you can see, and they have been very supportive during this whole process. Also in the back there are 9 more batteries. They are hiding under this engine compartment lid here and in another box. The reason that we have boxes around these batteries is that there is a chance that the sulfuric acid from the battery could spill. The boxes are polypropylene plastic, which is very resistant to the acid and will prevent the acid from getting onto the chassis and eating holes into it. Here we are inside the car, and again it just looks like a regular car until you look closer at the dashboard. If you look at these gauges here, you can see that there's some special gauges added for the electric conversion. There's a high voltage meter, which is currently reading 160 volts, which is the float charge for a fully charged battery pack. There is a 12 volt voltmeter so that you can examine the state of charge of the 12 volt system to make sure that nothing is wrong there. And then there's this ammeter, which either goes negative if you are pulling from the battery pack or positive during regenerative braking. The car is turned on now. You can see that it's totally silent. We'll go for a little ride.
Where am I looking?
You can look at me if you want. So off we go. Listen to the engine. Fun kind of Jetson sound to it. And now we're slowing down. You do drive it a little differently than a standard transmission car because you do want the engine to stall out so that you get the maximum amount of regenerative braking from the wheels turning the electric motor. The acceleration of the car is a little bit slower than originally with the gas engine, but it's still very acceptable in traffic and its top speed is still highway worthy. And there you have it, an all-electric sports car. I think everyone should have one.